Hey everybody out there, it's Chris, it's the Mad Respect, back with another video today. Got more mail call. We got books from the second week of November, so November 15th, and then I have FOC pre-orders from Billy. 2 different weeks, but then in one of the boxes there was also this additional Gemini with one single book in it, so I don't know if that's like a bonus throw-in that Billy's adding to orders as of now or what, but I'll figure it out as I open it. Let's open the first of Billy's FOC books here. No reviews this week. Still haven't got through what I opened in the last video. Still got that at work and working my way through it. The only one I want to mention off the top of my head is the new Punisher #1. I was getting a love-hate reaction in the community when it first, upon release, and I gotta say, so boring I couldn't even finish it. I read maybe a third of it, and up until the point where it introduces his female version of Microchip, and then at that point I started to skim, and then it seems at the end the person he's trying to hunt down and who murdered his family is trading mutant growth hormone for protection from this new Punisher. And so it's basically this new Punisher versus someone who's all hulking out on mutant growth hormone. And at the end, this Punisher puts one in this man's head who took care of his family. I do have issues 2 and 3 already ordered, and I can unorder them. So if I get #2 before I have to order #4, and it's a step up from issue 1, then I'll continue to collect. Otherwise, I'm done at 3. Didn't like Punisher #1. I mean, yeah, that's my short review after not finishing it. I didn't like Punisher #1. So these are books that were held back by various. How many are in this order? 1, 2. There should be 6 books in this order. Only 5. So it looks like this extra book would be the 5th book from that order, since there's only 5 here. Basically stuff that's been held back. This is all stuff from October, actually. This is Penguin issue #3. I bought issue 1 and 2 at my local comic shop. And that was when 4 was on pre-order from Discount Comic Book Service. And that week also Billy had this on FOC, so I grabbed it. So I really been enjoying this series. It's by Tom King. And the main artist is Rafael Delatorre, but I believe there's already a fill-in artist jumping on for issue 4 or 5. I can't remember exactly. And then I did also find out that issue 7 of Shazam, which was originally solicited as Dan Mora art, he's already gone by issue 7 and 8. He's gone. Not sure about 6. I haven't read anything about that yet, but yeah, so if Dan Mora is not back on art by issue #9 of Shazam, I'm going to drop the title. Here is Something's Killing the Children, issue #34. These are the Spot UV mask variants. These are obviously the white mask, representing the white mask. I believe 33 had the black mask, and 35 is going to have the House of Cutter mask, if I remember correctly. Here is Venom. This is issue #27. This is the second part of the Torrin Grunbeck fill-in story arc where Black Widow obtains the symbiote and is working in tandem with Dylan. The first part was okay. I didn't hate it, but I am glad that Al Ewing is not completely off the title. I thought Torrin was taking the title, and I was going to quit at 25. But then I saw he was back for 28 and 29, so I grab 26 and 27 FOC from Billy's store. And speaking of Torin Grombook, she will be the main writer on the new Carnage series at Marvel. This is the Gabriel Dell'Otto foiled out variant. I'm going to check the cover price on this. They're charging... cover price on this is... listed cover price on the back of this is $6. But they are charging comic shops... if not full price, then maybe even a little more to obtain these Marvel foils, unlike DC, which is doing foils such as our spot foil helmet variant from World's Finest. DC is adding $1 to the cover price on these and still giving comic shops and online stores 50% of cover so that they can resell at the comic store for cover price and make a profit, and Marvel is not. I'm trying to cut back on Marvel foils. I don't really agree with the fact that I had to pay $11 for this from Billy. But since I was wanting to grab Carnage #1 and give the series a shot, I wanted the foil cover in this case. So that is box #1. So let's see what the 6th book that for some reason rated its own Gemini for some reason. I was hoping it was going to be like a throw-in book or something, but unfortunately that's not the case. Ah, I see. It is the facsimile or reprint edition of IDW's TMNT The Last Ronin issue 1. This was solicited as being single issue. For the first time in single issue format. Clearly it is I have a second printing of issue 1 in the other room. I'm not particularly in the mood to edit. I'm just curious. I may grab it and then pop it on the end of this video to compare sizes here, but I'm glad I didn't go whole hog, because I think they solicited all 5 issues at once well, that was the original plan, was to solicit all 5 issues in a reprint at once in a standard comic size format. Not the case. Thanks for the what do you call this, magazine bag and board. I can repurpose this for one of my upcoming distillery books. But disappointing. I would not have even have ordered this had I known it was going to again be not magazine size and not single issue size. Interesting. All right, second box of FOC comics from Billy. This was a pretty big week of stuff. I decided to try out a couple of new series in here, as well as grab some reprints of older comics. We'll start out here with this is Wesley Dodd's Sandman, issue #2 of that 6-issue series. This is the cover D by Daniel Warren Johnson. I was just going to get issue 1 because I really enjoyed the Karen Grant cover art for issue #1. But then after reading #1, quite enjoyed it, and then this was still available at Billy's store at FOC, and issue 3 was still available to order at 40% discount from Discount Comic Book Service. So I'm gonna stick with it and get the entire series. Next up is Incredible Hulk. This is issue #6. This is the Nick Klein full wraparound cover variant. Pretty awesome. May have to come up with some way to display this. or or hopefully end up someday with a clear backing board to fully see the entirety of said artwork. Back in there, and slip it back out real quick. Here we go. But yeah, I bought this one based on cover art alone. It's pretty awesome. And then issue 6 of Incredible Hulk is residing in second week's comics from Discount Comic Service. So these FOC orders must have been from week 2 of November. Here is Captain Marvel, issue number 2 of the new series from Alyssa Wong, and I believe it's Jan Balzuda taking over the art duties. And this is cover E by Joshua Swaby, and I believe he is doing cover art for. I believe he did one for issue 1 as well, but I got the. Again, I said I wasn't going to get any Marvel foils, but I did end up ordering the foil cover from Discount Comic Service because they only charge around $7 for the Marvel foils. Pre-ordered a couple months in advance, so and then haven't read issue 1. This is issue 2. I have the final trade paperback of the Kelly Thompson run, which I've read all of up until that volume. Really enjoyed Kelly's take on the character, and since if most of the cover art continues to look like this, I will collect this up until the point where I finish Kelly's run, and then pull out however many issues of this has come out and read it. If it, I hear it's a good read. Here is a new number 1. This is the Outsiders number 1, unearthing the secrets of the DC universe. This is by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. I believe this might be one of their first ongoing series at DC. I know they've done Batman backup stories and Batman Urban Gothic, that compilation title, and now the Batman Brave and the Bold compilation book. I don't know if they've had their own ongoing series. This was originally solicited as 1 of 12, and then I've also seen stuff on Bleeding Cools that this is now being touted as a ongoing series. So this is Batwing, Luke Fox, Kate Kane, Batwoman, and this is a new female iteration of the character called the Drummer from Planetary, and this is basically bringing the themes and our secret archaeology of the world, and in this case, the secret archaeology of the DC universe, taking those themes from Planetary and bringing it whole cloth into the DCU. So here is G.I. Joe number 1. This is the facsimile edition of number 1, but this is the original A cover that the original first issue back in 82, I believe, G.I. Joe number 1 came out. So this is a full 41 issues after it originally appeared at Marvel. And this is a Skybound reprint. And I hear the entire print run of this particular issue has a printing damage that affects the entire run. So Billy asked for replacements for his customers, and they sent him an email back going, the error affects the entire run. There are no replacements. So I'm not sure if there's pages out of order or whatever not. I can't really see. Slightly miswrapped. I don't know, but I'm not sure what. Maybe down here it's a little bent in a tiny bit, but I don't see anything too egregious. And I just wanted to get it because I've never read GI Joe #1. This is actually not the Marvel edition of GI Joe #1. This is Larry Hama's original unedited script that the editors at Marvel's said this is not gonna fly. Make some cuts for us, and so this is the fully unedited script that Larry Hama's been sitting on for 40 years, and now seeing the light of day for the first time. And finally, if you're gonna have GI Joe #1, I might as well jump in for GI Joe number 301, which is the inaugural issue of the relaunch at Image Skybound. This is by I know the art is by Andy Kubert, who does this A cover, and it is still being written by Larry Hama. I believe Larry Hama has written all 301 issues of G.I. Joe, dating back to 1981. I believe it goes through 155 at Marvel, and then comes back with IDW for 156 to 300. They probably did the legacy numbering thing at some point at IDW, because I'm sure the first issue at IDW was also a #1, but this is 301. So the cover, and now that I see here, the cover is by Andy Kubert, but the main artist on the new G.I. Joe run is Chris Mooneyham, who I know best from a book called 11 Ghosts, back from like the mid-aughts at Image. It's something Ghosts, it's not 11 Ghosts. But it's a really great kind of adventure, slightly horror-tinged series that was going on at Image. I believe it had 2 to 3 volumes that came out. I read a couple of them from the library. But if you know what that series is, since I don't have the appropriate title, go look it up and check it out, because it was a pretty good series. So that is, thank you, Billy, for a nice stack of new reading material from your store, and FU IDW for basically a flat out lie. Not reprinted in, yeah, pretty irritating. Alright, let's get into Discount Comic Book Service for the 15th of November. Not sure when I'm going to post this video, but I am filming it early Sunday morning, and according to my FedEx, checking up with FedEx, here's that's not such a big week. And then I did order myself a couple of goodies. Here is a single issue goodie that I'm hoping is actually what I hope it is, because they had it in their they relist older back issues that they find in the warehouse, I guess, and then you can buy them, but you have to pay for them right away, unlike your pre-orders, which you can hold off and pay, like, you have to have them paid by the month of the comic's release. And then also in here I have a collected edition that I mentioned in the last video. We'll look at that last. So let's go through the single issues first, and then I hope we will look at the special single issue I ordered, and that it will be a pleasant surprise for me, because it did have a pretty hefty price tag upon release, but now it's dropped. All comics drop in value. It's just like a car. As soon as you drive the car off the lot, as soon as you drive a car off the lot, it's gonna devalue. Same with your comic books. All right, first up, we have Project Rise. This is issue number 4. This is from Mad Cave Studios. This is from Zach Thompson and Jeff McCoskey. Zach Thompson is also doing a Hunt for the Skinwalker at Boom. And I I'm pretty sure I haven't missed an issue of this. There was in October. I had my orders. I was doing like a dry run on my monthly order on my kind of home cell phone that no longer has data and service. I just use it at home to like listen to videos or use the internet while I'm at home. And so I had a dry run of my order on that phone, and then I had brought that to work because I had just gotten my new phone then. This might have even been September, but I remember I was on a half-hour break and I was looking at the dry run order and then adding them to my regular phone with internet service to send them over and then make the order before the cutoff date, because I didn't want to. If you put in issues after the cutoff date, there's sometimes they can say, "Whoops, too late. That one was allocated or something." You don't end up getting it. But so when I did transfer these books over, there are certain books such as Plot Holes #3 with a Masters of the Universe homage. I remember that being in my dry run order, and then also basically a few mini-series. Now I have holes. I have 1 and 2 of Plot Holes, and I've ordered 4, 5, and 6. 3 I didn't go, so I'm going to have to get Plot Holes from eBay, and then this other series, which is I'm blanking on. It might be in here. That might jog my memory when I see it come out of this order. This is Project Rise, so I'm hoping I didn't miss issue 3. I remember reading at least the first couple issues of the series, and possibly all of them. So this is basically kind of like treasure hunters a la Indiana Jones, racing against time against Nazis in the 50s, I believe this is. This isn't the 30s like Indiana Jones, but they're in a giant Aztec temple sort of place, trying to uncover hidden treasure. And in the first issue, they shoot their Nazi guide in the head, and then enter the temple themselves. And by the end of issue 3, our Nazi has gotten better, because he has, I believe he's superhumanly enhanced and such, and he's got them now between a rock and a hard place at the end of the last issue I read, which I'm hoping was issue 3. Here is Batman Detective Comics issue 1077. This is the second part of their weekly run in November. Comes from Rom V with art by Jason Sean Alexander, with a backup story by Dan Waters and Casper Wingard. All class on this series. All class from the White Noise Collective, taking over DC by storm lately. Next up, we have The Immortal Thor, issue number 4, Legacy 765. This is from Al Ewing with art by Martin Coccolo, and a cover by Alex Ross. And just like Immortal Hulk, each issue starts with a selected quote. Al Ewing co-opts to do an introduction on his story. Did I miss issue 3 of Thor? I remember reading. No, I think issue 3 was the one where Loki has him in the testing him in a kind of dream state, and then at the end he enlists Loki to join his new Thor Corps to help fight the Taurinus, who's basically like a kaiju thunder god who appeared in issue 1, and then Thor dispatched him in a time portal or something elsewhere, and he's working his way back to Thor now. So Thor is collecting a new group of heroes and villains to be his new Thor Corps. Loki, I believe he's going to go after Storm in that issue. Here's Green Lantern issue number 5 from Jeremy Adams with art by Zermanico, and then a backup story by Peter J. Tomasi and La Fuente on the art. Been a good series so far. I've been enjoying it. Sinestro wants to get off planet, and he tried to borrow Hal's ring in the last issue, but Hal's ring is not a Green Lantern ring. It's a will created and powered ring that only works for Hal. So now Sinestro is just causing all kind of hell. To I don't know. So maybe if someone's destroying and wreaking hell on Earth, another Green Lantern will fly in from space and he can steal their ring. Is that what you're trying to get about? Here is the new 2-issue gapping series of Geiger Ground Zero. I believe this is like a origin story for the character. This runs this month and in December, and then in January there's a new jam book. And then they already had the Geiger 80-page special, which was also a jam book, but this is a new jam book coming in either January or February that introduces all the characters from the they used to be Mad Ghost. They're changing the imprint to Ghost Machine as of November here. And so Geiger is by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank and Brad Anderson. All class. Excellent. I enjoyed the first miniseries. I haven't had a chance to actually read Junkyard Joe, but I have it all. And then there's that. I can probably just read that without reading Junkyard Joe. Here's World's Finest Teen Titans, issue number 5. You're Grounded. This is cover A by Chris Samney. Yeah, I guess Batman catches up with Robin here. Robin showed up at the Teen Titans Con, which Batman forbade him to appear at, and has been hiding at Titans Tower ever since from Batman. So I guess Batman catches up with him here in this issue. Next up, we have, here we have Alien issue number 1. This is a pretty excellent cover. It's one of the variants. I only collect the variant covers on Alien. This would be, I believe this would be Ian Bertram. And it is cover B. Cover B, Ian Bertram. It's extreme close-up on the alien's mouth and other mouth dripping with acid and saliva. I don't know if their saliva is acid, but this series is again by Declan Shalvey. Has taken over as the main writer from Philip Kennedy Johnson, and I believe there's a new artist on this run. Nope, the art is still being supplied by Andrew Brocardo in this run, same as issue volume 1. I believe this directly continues the story that took place in Alien 1 through 5, that volume that was out earlier this year. Next up, we have The Deviant. This is issue 1, cover A by Joshua Hickson. And then the cool thing coming up is the second printing. He's here on the first printing. And then on the second printing, he's closer and coming straight at you. So I'm hoping as more and if they do rate more and more, it has to go back to print more and more. They're going to use that shtick where he's coming closer and closer to frame, and eventually he'll be like full body right up front. That would be a cool variety of variant. Unlike the World Tree extra printings, which just have a color filter over the logo and art, so it's like looks like it's kind of more psychedelic. Not really impressed with the extra printings on World Tree, although I am collecting, stacking extra copies of World Tree. Here is the conclusion to Children of the Vault from Dennis Camp and Lucas. Luca Maresca on the art, and this is just cover A by probably Maresca. Nope, cover A is supplied by Yannick Paquette and Guru FX. It's been a good series. Basically, Bishop and Cable are inside the city, and Bishop hacked the Stark Sentinels to attack the children while he got in, and he's with the main giant brain that sits at the center of the city, and has a big honking gun to its head at the end of issue 3 for the cliffhanger for now the final issue here. And then it looks like all the series are coming to a close in December. X-Men Red and Immortal X-Men, but then Adjectiveless X-Men will continue to print alongside the Rise of the Powers of 10 and Fall of the House of X miniseries that begin in January. Here's Alien, issue number 1. This is cover C by Miguel Mercado. This is basically just some unfortunate minor-looking people who've come across the eggs, and out comes Facehugger. That is not going to end well. All right, next. Ghost Rider. This is issue number 20. Cover A by Bjorn Berens. I was getting variants through probably issue... I was getting variants up until the Wolverine Ghost Rider Weapons of Vengeance crossover, and then I got all the A covers by Stegman for that, and then after that, just the Berens covers have been the only ones actually being shown at preview time 2 months ahead, and then most of the art. I got a damaged comic. It's been a while since I had one. Like I said, in October, I had a whole box that had been dropped and damaged on the corners, which was a bummer. Got a 10% discount on those. Yeah, basically, most of the variants for Ghost Rider since Weapons of Vengeance have been like Stormbreakers covers, or I know who the artist is and I don't care for them, so I've just been sticking with the Berens A's. Recently, here is Animal Pound, issue number... this is just Animal Pound, Ash Can, no number. So they had one of these for Many Deaths of Layla Starr. And that one had black and white artwork and little commentaries and stuff. This is just like, it's like a black and white preview or of the first little part of the first issue. And then I hear it has a offensive little essay by Tom King in the back, offensive to some community members, that he's overstepping his bounds, saying that he is a little more hot shit than he may actually be. I don't know. I haven't read it. I haven't read the essay. I will make my own decision on that. So this guy got a little damage here. This is Batman and Robin. This is issue number 3. And this is cover C. And this is from KL New. I can't remember what the other variants look like, but this is what I went with for this series. Good thing this is a series I'm collecting to read and not to sell one day in the future, because little damage there on the cardstock. It's okay. This is by Joshua Williamson with art from Simone DeMeo of We Only Find Them When They're Dead. That was what they were on directly before taking over this series. And they are on art throughout the first arc, and I believe even in issue number 6. So it looks like they got way ahead, possibly, because We Only Find Them When They're Dead. 5 issues would come out, and then there would be like a 3 to 5 month break, and then another arc would come out, and then so on and so on. So there was 3 5-issue arcs. It took about 2 years to come out, because I believe DeMeo is not Dan Mora level of expediency of getting their books out monthly. Here is a new number 1 from IDW. A new IDW original, cover B by Ryan Sook, for the Ministry of Compliance. This one is coming to you from John Ridley, and art by Stefano Raphael. And I believe Raphael was working at Marvel before this, if I remember correctly. And this is a pretty beefy one, a $6 cover price, but it looks to be 48 pages plus, based on the thickness here. Didn't get a glowing review in the community when it came out last week, or a couple weeks ago, but I'll give it a rip, because I'm reading all of the IDW original titles. And speaking of, here is another. This is Earth Divers number 12. This is cover B by Guion Fleece, who is the main artist on the series, which is written by Stephen Graham Jones. He's more famous for his horror novels and short stories. He's a Bram Stoker award-winning horror writer, and this is his ongoing series at IDW, Earth Divers. It's basically about a far-flung future where humanity has destroyed the planet, and all of the Native American populace that's still alive still blames the white man for what happened to the United States and the country and the world. So they find a magic cave that can send you back, as long as you're holding, like, I believe, like a piece of paper from a history book or something. So how can we stop the white man from destroying this great country? We'll send an Indian back to the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, and kill Columbus before they discover America. That was their first plan. They do end up killing Columbus at the end of the first arc, but it does not solve the problem. So in this one, another person goes into the cave, and now they're trying to nip things in the bud at the signing of the Declaration of Independence back in 1776. So this arc is 1776. This cover was unavailable at order time, and had I known it was this, I would have definitely opted for cover A, which I have not done. I've always gotten the variant for Earth Divers, so I'm kind of what's the word? I'm staying with form, getting the cover. But the A cover of this was awesome. It had Benjamin Franklin's legs, dead legs, sticking out from a dropped Liberty Bell that has landed on top of him, squashing him to death. So that's an awesome cover. If I see that like at my LCS or discounted sometime in the future, I'll definitely add it to my collection. Next up is The Mandalorian. This is issue number 6 of season 2. This is the cover B, which is a concept art variant. Yep, all 8 issues of the first series, and now 6 issues of this series. I have opted for the concept art variant as my main variant. I did get a couple of 1 in 25s at the start of the series, because they both spoke to me, and I was able to order them online, so I ended up getting those. But then most of them I have all of these. Issue 8's concept art is pretty awesome. It shows Luke's green lightsaber in his hand. Pretty sick looking piece of concept art. Here's another cover I did not see at all before now. Is Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy. This is issue number 3. And I'm not showing the variant cover artist. There we go. In the back it shows. They're saving the cover artist for the back of the book now, not in the main credits in the front of the book. This is by Kim Jahinto? I'm not sure if it's pronounced Mexican pronunciation, but it's Jacinto. Jahinto is how I'm going to pronounce it. Is it Jan? Kim Jahinto. Pretty cool. I'm satisfied with this variant. I also have not seen the variant cover art for issue 4, and then issue 5 for some reason only gets a cover A. Which is kind of annoying since the other 4 had a variant. Why have a variant on 4 out of 5 issues of a comic series? Here is the Madness sleeper hit of this year for a lot of people in the community. This is issue 4, cover C. This is the punk rock album cover homage. This is, I believe, the Replacements. It says Raven Goes to War, and the Replacements had a guy named I can't remember. It was definitely a guy's name. It's a normal guy's name, like Kevin or Bill or something. It wasn't either of those names, but maybe Kevin. I can't remember. But yeah, all their covers were like this. Black title, black. They'd have their band name up here, the album title in bold black, and then a little sketch drawing of their character's face, which is basically just a guy with a little buzz cut, kind of looked like a Simpsons character almost, and then it would say that character does this. All of their album covers had that aesthetic. Here's the Vigil, the final issue 6. This is coming from Rom V with it says Devmalia Pramonic. I don't believe that was the main artist who did issues 1 through 4. There was a fill-in artist in 5, and looks like they're have a third artist to finish the series. If I'm incorrect about that, let me know down in the comments. If this guy was the artist on 1 through 4, this name is not ringing a bell to me, but this is cover A from Sumit Kumar, who worked with Ram originally on These Savage Shores back before the pandemic for Vault. One of those best new horror series that Dylan turned me on to when I was first getting back into comics. Thank you, Dylan. And speaking of those Madness covers, the punk rock homage, just another example of it. This is obviously Forget About the Bollocks. Here Comes the Sex Pistols. This is their version of it. Forget About Sarah. Here's the Madness. So that is an idea of what they're doing with these punk rock cover homages, and I believe they're by Ferguson is the name of the artist. Here is Fish Flies, issue number 3, written, drawn, colored, and lettered by Jeff Lemire. Actually, Steve Wands is lettering the book and doing book design. So I don't know if anyone's waiting for a hardcover or deluxe edition of the book, but there was a little afterword by Lemire in issue 1 that said he's expecting this to be like out maybe like quarterly through 4 times a year and up to 12 issues, and there will be no collected edition until possibly years after all the single issues come out, because he considers each of these its own nicely bound collected edition in itself. So if you are not picking this up, find them, start picking them up. It's a great series, because you're going to be waiting quite a while to experience it if you're going to wait for a collected deluxe edition. Speaking of, we're going to look at a deluxe collected edition here in a minute. Here is Big Game, the final issue 5 of 5. This is the cover B by Pepe Larraz. The first couple issues had a little color splash in addition to the black and white, but the last, I believe, 4 just had the title in color and then little splash around the number in color. So, but I've been getting the black and white color splash variant for this series. In my next video coming up, I'm going to open comics from this past week from Discount Comic Service, and I did order myself some more collected editions from Amazon. Amazon has been off and on. That was the last book from the 15th. Amazon has been having a sale all of November. Buy 3 items for the price of 2. And I've been looking through their collected editions all month. And out of probably the 4 dozen books that I tried to order from my library that for some reason or another the library has decided not to add to their catalog. I went through all of those in November, and none of them were on few of them, maybe 5 out of 48 were actually part of this 3 for 2 sale. I almost got the new Jack Reacher book and the new Alice Cross book, and then a Star Wars trade for my 3 for 2. But then the night before Black Friday, actually the night before Thanksgiving, which was also the night before payday for me, they finally opened the floodgates, and pretty much all of their graphic novels were added to this 3 for 2 sale. So in addition to my discount comic book service order I'll be opening up in the next video, I'll have 3 collected editions from Amazon that I'll open up in that video as well. So that will be the next video, but the reason I brought that all up is to read Big Game. I'm going to have to read The Ambassadors and who's that guy? The evil Batman character, what's his name? Reloaded. Nemesis. I gotta get Nemesis Reloaded and The Ambassadors to fully enjoy that series when I get around to reading it. I have all 5 issues. But unfortunately, Image books were not part of the 3 for 2 at all. I couldn't find any Image books as a part of that. So here we go. Here's the moment of truth. This was listed on Discount Comic Book Service as the World Tree issue number 1 retailer thank you variant, which at the time was a second printing of the book, which was a Virgin Peach Momoko cover, which I believe is a version of the 1 and 75 issue number 1, but in a version that was a retailer thank you 1 per store. So let's see if that is what I received. Well, here's the back cover. They're gonna make me pull it out. All right. Well, psych. I was pissed when I turned that over because I thought for sure this was the cover. I was gonna be so mad. All right, let's slowly. I think we're good. Oh, well, I gotta get this damn thing out of the way too. Let's see. I think we're good. Woohoo! Didn't get screwed. So yeah, this puppy was at release, and a couple weeks beyond, this puppy was pushing $200 in the secondary market, being a 1 per store and an extra print. When I saw it, I was instantly taken by it. I'm not really the biggest Peach fan, but as you can see from this is an excellent cover. And then I also did an FOC order of a newer Peach cover, which is for a book called Guma, The Beginning of Her. I'm not sure who the publisher is with that, but the Guma issue number 1 was a FOC Virgin Peach Momoko. Looks quite a lot like this, so I'm going to keep this closer to the top of my stacks and not box it away so that when Goma shows up, I can put them up side by side in that video when that time comes. But thank you, Discount Comic Book Service, for, I guess, giving me your one. I assume, since they're a Discount Comic Book Service and they order from Diamond and Lunar and every which where, and they probably make tons and tons of orders per month. I'm sure they got 10 of these, like 10 different orders qualified for 10 of these, because each one of them counted as one store or something. But if this was truly the one and only copy Discount Comic Books ordered, now it's mine, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you reposting this on the site. I got it for $50, which I realize is, I think it's going for maybe $70 some places, and upward of $120 online, like eBay's and stuff. But I just wanted it to add to my World Tree Covers collection. I have a version of issue 2, and I believe also a version of issue 3. So of the ratio variants. So I just kind of wanted to add this to my version ratios collection. And this bag is thrashed, so I think I'm just gonna retire that. And give it a nice new home, like so. So, all right, it's not over yet. One more thing, and we're under an hour. This is brief for me lately, especially with my comic book reviews that have been taking forever and a day. So, here we go. Volume 2 from Image Comics of Ice Cream Man, Sunday edition. Issue 1 had eggshell blue and had a picture of Rick the Ice Cream Man, I believe holding one cone, looking in a menacing way, holding it out to you, looking menacing. And here he is holding 2, looking a little more benign. But here you go, here's your 2 cones for volume 2. And on the back cover we have our instructions on how to become a ghost from that particular issue that is reprinted here. I believe this collects issues 13 through number 24, as well as the Quarantine Comics one-shot. And then on the back cover of Sunday edition volume 1 was characters and colors from the palindromic issue, which was Neapolitan, Strange Neapolitan, the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry timelines issue. That was what appeared on the back cover of volume 1. So yeah, so now I have Ice Cream Man 1 through 24 all deluxed up, and I believe I started collecting single issues at 30. So I guess I'll only have to find back issues for maybe 5 or 6 more issues, and then I'll have the full run collected again. So I did read basically the first 6 trades at the library when I first, because Ice Cream Man was also on that list of current best horror comics that Dylan had when I got back into the community. I will keep harping on that in a lot of videos for the rest of the time, because thank you, Dylan, for getting me back in the community, for showing me that there are still excellent things coming out monthly and new, because I had given up on the new scene long ago, and I was just reading stuff a year later coming from the library. It was all free, of course, but I don't mind. I have a good job, I'm making good money, so I can get these newer books and get them absorbed and enjoyed sooner than I had in the past, and I can make nice content for any viewers of mine that I have. I guess the last thing for this video is John Lees. I'm going to mention John Lees in this video. I will mention John Lees a lot in my videos as well, because he's definitely one of my favorite creators that I've discovered since coming back into the community, along with Rom V and Dan Mora, pretty much everybody in the White Noise Collective. They're all excellent, but John Lees definitely head and shoulders above. Especially his horror work is so excellent. But everything I've read for him, I believe, is a notch above. And he is coming to my neck of the woods at last in February, end of February at Emerald City Comic Con, and it's not sold out a million years in advance like it used to be in the later aughts when I told my daughter we were gonna go to Emerald City Comic Con and meet the My Little Pony voice actors back in 2008, and then I found out that the con had been sold out in 48 hours back in January, and this was March when it was being held that year. So I'm glad that the Emerald City Comic Con does not sell out in 48 hours anymore, and I'm waiting to hear back from John if he's going to attend all 4 days, because I have to pick which day I'm going to go based on that. If he's only going to be there a certain number of days, I got to pick one where he's obviously there, because I'd really love to meet John. He knows of me. I've told him that I have a channel and that I've made a Lee's specific video, and we do shoot the shit via his newsletter occasionally, so I believe he knows of me if he does not actually know me. So I'm hoping when we do actually get to meet in person, we'll have a good time. So I'll leave you with that for this video. Next video should be just around the corner, because I got the Amazon books coming. They were supposed to be here already, and had they been here, I possibly would have added another 20 minutes to this video looking at those. But since not, I should have another video on Tuesday, because that is when they're slated to arrive now. And Discount Comic Book Service says tomorrow, but I can't imagine it would be any later than Monday. So we'll see you sometime in the first part of next week. And this one may upload later tonight, like early Sunday morning. It may take a shit like the last 5 videos I've made during the upload and not show up until like Monday sometime, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, if you enjoy my content, please leave me a comment down below, and take it easy out there in the community, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm back. Postscript to the video. Whoops, I spoiled it. Here is our Last Ronin #1. What is this? This can't be a second printing. This is like, what are they calling this? This is The Last Ronin 2023 first printing of what? Oh my goodness. Do they even say what it is? It's like a letter from Tom Waltz. That was in it. Alright, here it is. Here is our comic-sized reissue of The Last Ronin #1. I can almost fit it in the bag and board. And here is second printing of the original issue from 2020. Well, I'm gonna do it this way. They're the exact same size. I mean, it's kind of cool that this is like the sketch version, but I believe there was like a Last Ronin #1 director's cut, which already had this cover, and then it says The Last Ronin, the last on top Ronin here, and then The Last Ronin all in one line here. But this is ridiculous. Bottom line, I definitely wouldn't have even ordered this had I known it was going to just be the exact same size as the second printing. We all know what happened with the first printing. Remember, they took orders for upwards of 500,000 copies, and then allocated it. Too bad, so sad, but we're rushing the second print to print. Why didn't you just make enough copies of the first print, right? Second print, no problem finding it. I got this like 3 months after it came out at my LCS, and I just got it because I was interested to read it because everyone was all gaga about it. Like, this is one of the best turtle stories ever. And then I did end up finishing the story via the library with the collected edition. But I guess at the very least, I now have this snazzy magazine bag and board to house both the copies, which are both still an annoying non-magazine, non-single issue, non-golden age comic size. I guess there's a video out there that tells you, I guess you cut down your magazine board to fit a golden age bag, and it looks almost right for the size of said book. I mean, it's taller than a single issue. It's clearly wider than a single issue, and IDW lies. That's the end of our video here. I've now gone a smidge over an hour making this one, so take care out there in the community. We'll see you next time.